There you go, much better. Welcome back to game 2 here. A couple of changes, new pitchers in this game, of course, so you won't see the same ones go. Avery Hauser will lead off and play center field. Abigail Creighton will play second base and bat second. Kendall Taylor will remain batting third and play third base. Clampett is there. Addie Clampett, is that right? Yeah, Addie Clampett will play right field. Sophie DeMoncas will play left field for them and bat fifth. Megan Day, shortstop, she's back there, and she wears number 9 and will bat 6. Hannah Gamage play first base. New pitcher, Camille DeGravel, is there in the circle, and Audrey Perry will be behind the dish once again. So Hauser, Creighton, Taylor, Clampett, DeMoncas, Day, Gamage, DeGravel, and Perry. Was talking to Coach DeMoncas prior to this, and they went back and listened to a little bit of that Grant game that we did when I was going back and forth with the Dominicos, DeMoncas, or however it was before I knew. And I said, look, we're just going to call you Sophie from here on out. And so that was it. Couple of changes for your Lady Eagles. Sawyer Shelton is a scratch today, overheated and dehydration. So they're going to keep her out of this one, keep her ready to go for district play. And as that season goes along, that's going to move Emma Davis to shortstop and up to the leadoff spot. Annabelle Drago will play left field, and she'll bat second. Kenzie Lyles, that's a big move all the way from 9th up to number 3. She will move, or actually she's at third base. Sophie Giordano will be in the circle tonight and bat cleanup. Eddie Wright is back at first base, whereas number 17, Kaylee Methvin, moves to center field. Kate Perotti behind the dish, batting 7th. Ledette is there at, let me make sure where we've got Ledette so that I don't have anything. Yeah, Adeline Ledette is going to play right field, and Mika Keogh will move to second base. So just about a new outfield. As you got Drago, she's the only one because Methvin and Ledette are new there. Mika Keogh will move into second base. And so just a lot of different things going on, Matt.
Yep, that's right. A lot of big changes. You know, possible these injuries may have hurt Menard pretty significantly. But St. Fred's, they're really getting a new pitcher, which I was kind of surprised with. I thought they'd have Creighton still in there. She seemed to be kind of on a roll, but she was kind of toning down a little bit towards the last innings of the first game. In this round robin, they will switch home and away. So Menard will be the home team out here. Out in front of us comes our friend Sophie. She's back out here, and so I don't know if she's waving to us or what Kendall's doing, but I don't think she was waving to us. You've got Hauser and DeMoncas, and then we'll look over in right field and see that is Clampett there. So the way they do these round robins, then Menard home for a game, and St. Fred's now will be home for this one. I'd like to see Menard jump out on this one. Emma Davis, we said, will lead things off. Don't forget, coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, Grace and Westlake will do battle. So depending on how this one goes as to where we'll end up over there. But Chuck has been a great by our side today, and he's going to finish this one off, and depending on how it goes, and then enjoy the evening off with his lovely bride. That's 2 nights in a row, Chuck? Huh. We'd had gum. 2:43, first pitch in this one. This was scheduled for a 2 p.m. start, but that one went long, and whoever said games went quick in softball, Matt. I think it was someone close to me that may have said that.
Chuck's close to you.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Chuck's got to go look at something, so we're going to keep it on this camera for a minute, and we'll let Matt jump over to the scoreboard side of it. First pitch is in, and it's in there for strike 1. Well, just like that, he's moved in, and he's
picking it up a little bit. It's a bit of a change.
There you go. Again, this is the gravel that will be in the circle. That one misses off the plate. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. No score in this one. It's the first time it's not been that way in a while. And let's see where my shades went and get them back on. And I can just see that raccoon look coming from me tomorrow, Matt.
Yeah, with this sun, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been brutal. Swung on and foul into the dugout, and Coach Turney's going to come up with the glove save. It's been in fire. Good work there. great being out here. I like this a little better than where we were at on Tuesday night along the fence. That area was great, but this just is one of those spots. That one to shortstop, gonna hustle down the line and gonna beat it out. Good work running down the line was Emma Davis. And softball, you've got to bang, bang.
It was good work from Emma Davis. Good hit. Good job running through the base like that. It was just good work all around.
Megan Day had a good move at it at shortstop. That ball just doesn't move on that dirt like it does on turf. And this is going to bring Annabelle Drago, the left fielder for the Lady Eagles, in. Lady Eagles bat here in the top of the first. Squares around a bunt, and off and going is Davis, who is so fast along the bases, and trouble brewing here early for the Lady Eagles. It's a different one. He's scoring, moving the camera, and pushing the buttons on there. How about that? Good thing you're not switching cameras either.
Yeah, I know, right? My goodness, I don't even know how to do that. I'm just trying to get the hang of this.
You get thrown in quickly with it. Graville throws that one in there, and it is there for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind has picked up pretty aggressively. It's getting back to where it was on that Avoyelles game on Tuesday, blowing out kind of a crosswind. It's out to center. Now it moves left to right here. Graville's pitch comes in, and it's ground backhand over there. Taylor's going to look it back over, and safe again at first, and they are just some close plays, and well, they are not happy with it over there on the St. Fred's side at all. That's 2 bang-bang plays at first that have been called safe.
That was a good job by Davis. She kind of held up Taylor there at third base, and because of that holdup, it really negated her to get the ball to first for that out.
Hard hitting Kenzie Lyles stands in there. She is already homered. If you don't think she hits the ball hard, ask our friend, the scoreboard, that added several. I've tried to count the dents, and there's about 20 or so dents in there. One of those extra brought by Lyles, and they'll come in and talk about this a little bit. Did not go with Creighton in this one, giving her the rest as she has made her way. I don't think she's at second base in this one. Talked to her a little bit after the game, and just very cheery personality, and great to visit with her. Just a brief second. Squaring around, that one is taken low, and sliding into second base goes Drago, and runners at second and third for the Lady Eagles here.
Just like that.
And that's what you want, and Lyles could really get things going here early on if she can just get one up in the air. Ball's going to fly out of here, we believe, today. That one outer half taken for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, we've been able to visit with 2 or 3 of the St. Fred's coaches and parents up here, and it's always great to visit with folks from around the area. Kinsey pops that one down. It's going to come up in front of DeMacus. Near play at third, not in time. Going into second base there, safe as well. Oh, they're calling her out. My goodness. Turns around and gets the out at second base by Lyles, and looked like there was no way that was going to be made, and in fact it was out at second. But the Eagles have the lead on the day now. Runner at third there. Sophie stands in, ready to go to work. Sophie will be in the circle. She's trying to continue to get herself some help. Jammed that finger is what happened to her when she was on that diving catch, and I said, "How are you? Is it okay? You're going to be able to go?" She said, "Absolutely, I'm going." She said, "Did you get the other catch?" Of course we did. Full of spunk and spirit she is. There's no doubt about that. Sophie takes a big hat, showing no signs of being worse for wear in that one at all.
Drago's ready at third. She wants to come in. She wants to get that score going up, you know, and just really put some numbers on the board.
Well, there's a different set of body language here between the two this time. It was a methodical 7-inning effort for St. Fred's, but they led early and often in that one. That one up high, and yeah, that one's too. It's going to bounce around. And Coach Turney's telling Drago too. He said, "Look, I'd rather err on the side of being safe and still at third than being out at home. There's no doubt about that."
Yeah, I think that was a good job by Coach Turney. Just play it safe, be cautious about it, and see what needs to be done. And it looks like the coach for St. Frederick's is coming out to talk with.
Looks like he's making sure that they're on the same page with the signals that are being thrown. He's saying, "Look, this is what we're doing here. We're calling this pitch, and you're throwing that pitch."
So just some clarification, it looks like.
But yeah, they were delighted that they talked to us and said, "Hey, we went back and watched some of the Grant St. Fred's game when they were waiting for their next game to start." Not sure what he's going over to the dugout for here, but he is. It's interesting. It looks like he's. Is he over talking to one of the?
Well, it looks like one of the parents he may be talking to, but I thought there was maybe an issue with something going on for the umpire. It's hard to tell from this angle.
Don't know that there would be some sort of but it almost looked like he's on the phone.
Yeah, he's calling someone.
The only time that you could see an umpire come out and get on the phone like that is if they're calling security, perhaps.
Oh wow, that'd be kind of serious.
And I'd hate to speculate on this too, but I mean, I've not seen anything that would have drawn any sort of ire from a fan or an umpire early in this one. But again, we're not down there on the field. I don't know if I can text anybody down there and see what's going on.
I mean, like you were saying, Doug, it didn't seem anything too egregious right now. I mean, maybe some of the Menard parents may be a little upset from the first game, but I mean, everybody seemed pretty okay starting off for the second game here.
But if anybody's had any argument-wise, it would have been on the first base side of it. Yeah, security's coming up behind to make sure there's not anything going on there. That's the SRO. But, and the other thing, too, you hate to speculate on this. May not be feeling well, maybe trying to get another official over here. But that's going to really slow things down here. Let me see if I can text. Peabody Warhorses beat McDonough 35 10-0 in that one. Now he'll go back, and the only question is there was some interaction with a fan that was over on this side. Now the fan's leaving, so I don't know what happened here. But that fan, it almost looks like he's been ejected from this. And that may have been the only thing that I could see. And now home plate and field are having a discussion, but the gentleman's finding his way out of the park, and that may just be very well coincidental. We won't have a camera on that at all because we don't want to get into the hoorah of all of that.
The politics of it, yeah, right.
But he's pointing. Oh no, that's Gatlin.
Coach Gatlin.
Is who that is. I thought Gatlin got thrown out. No. So there you go. Look, we've got Mr. Gatlin here, the principal for this Menard team, coming out to visit with us, and I'll share that story with him here in a moment as that one is outside. And so I couldn't see who it was that the official was talking to when he walked out, because I'd have my sunglasses and not my regular glasses. And I said, that might be a parent he's throwing out. And you were walking out, and I said, look, he's ejected him. And it was you walking over here to us. So we'll get a headset down to him in just a moment, and we'll visit that one ground. We'll keep it here. Good diving stab there. Going to score the run, though. Kept the run inbounds, or in the infield. But that is going to be the second run of the game for the Lady Eagles on a hard-hit ball there. Chuck, we may give him your headset down there.
Oh, you can have me.
Oh,
we'll give him
let's give him.
I'm not really saying too much.
We'll give him Matt's. Coming in from, and I've lost where we're at. Who is that you have batting, Matt? Yeah, Eddie Wright will stand in. 2 runs.
Come on, probably over this way or on up here. Yeah, I think so. I mean, this stuff's pretty durable.
If it's not what you want, man, if it doesn't.
We're questioning the way. There's another base hit right up the middle and had to hold up. There's going to be a play at second base. It will be the out, but had to. And look, there was no other way that runner would have. Sophie just didn't have any opportunity there. So we'll try to. There you go. We're joined by Principal Chris Gatlin up in the booth, and so we'll stay here during the commercial as well. This is Kaylee Methvin that stands in there. Already 2 runs across for the Lady Eagles. They have lead for the first time today. Top of the first, game 2. DeGraville throws this one in up and away, and that ball that was hit by Wright, Sophie had to hold up, and there was no way that she was going to beat that as it just made it out of the dirt to the grass in there for that one. But it's good to see that they've come out and started swinging the bat well early on in this one. Good-looking pitch there to Methvin. Again, Methvin pitched the complete game in game 1. She'll move out to center field. And Sophie already with 2 runs in this one. Sophie Giordano will go to the circle for the Lady Eagles, trying to even this series out. That one misses low. And we are joined up here today by Chris Gatlin. And Coach, great day for softball.
Very pretty. Very a little windy up here, but.
So the umpire that came out, what was going on there?
Well, we had a fan get thrown out in game 1, and he had already told her that she couldn't come back in game 2,
and she did.
I was just kind of battling for our fan, and we had a little discussion, and you know, the on the field stuff is the umpires are responsible for that, and then off the field it's the administration of the school. So we had to make some calls, get some clarification on that. Want the fans to be able to watch their kids when they can.
Look, absolutely. Well, that's good. And so, look, I'll share the story we did a little bit earlier. Again, I don't have my glasses on. I've just got my shades on. And so all I saw, I didn't see you in your chair over here, but I couldn't tell that was you. And I thought that you were the unruly fan getting thrown out.
We stay ruly.
That's right. We stay ruly.
We stay ruly around here.
That one lifted foul and back. That first game was a tough one. You saw 2 real good pitchers go at it, a couple of injuries, but the Lady Eagles never gave up in it.
That's right. And we're young, and I think at one time we had 3 8th graders on the field, which is incredible. We're Division IV school, so are they. And, you know, you get runs put together. They hit a home run with the bases loaded. We hit one with nobody on, so that was the difference.
There's another walk, and trouble again continues here in the top of the first for the Lady Eagles as they are putting some things to going. So you just had your big Shamrock event. How did that go?
We did. We made a lot of money and had a lot of fun. It's a big community event for us. And a lot of Menard alumni, a lot of the community just comes out to celebrate that with us, St. Patrick's Day, and made some good money for the schools.
That thing has grown over the last couple of years. You had to move it down to the Riverfront Center, I believe.
Yeah, we've had to move it there, and it's about 400 people that come. And we try to run it 7 to 10, so it's not real late.
Right.
We have a band come in, and then they have the silent auction and some other stuff that goes with it. So try to make some good money all in one night, which is good.
There you go. Yeah, that's been, I know the first couple of years it was at the Lanyap Theater, but it outgrew that pretty quick.
Yeah, we were outside part of it and then inside,
right.
And it's changed. It's been a casino night. It's been all kind of stuff. So.
Well, when when everybody's inside, you're not fighting the uncertainty of the weather at all.
That's right. And the Riverfront's a good place. It's good parking down there. And
that one ground right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Hauser comes up firing away, keeping the runner at third base. Look, Avery Hauser in center field is just so solid. Diving back in is right at third base. Big time work there and stuff going on. And you'll get a runner in now for
Parati.
Yeah, that's Amelie Lyons that will come in to run there for Parati. So good work there. So you've seen the baseball setup. I saw you sat in with Nick and Danny the other day.
Yep.
A little bit more of a climb to get up into this booth, but
it is.
But it works.
Y'all's a little safer. They got a bottom step over there. It's pretty tough. So
It is.
They reminded me on the way up. They didn't remind me on the way down. So it was Yeah, y'all step is pretty good. A little higher up here, too. You can see a little better. So.
It is, and well, that was one of the keys that we had to have it up high for those of us that are vertically challenged in all of this. But as always, the parents and the staff have been so welcoming for us out here, and it's great to be a part of Eagles sports, baseball, softball, football, and everything that we're able to do.
Yep, it's good to have you guys. And 446 has been with us from the beginning, and we obviously appreciate what you guys do. And like I told the guys the other night, this is a good community. They'll come out and they'll love on you and they'll feed you, and they'll sometimes if you're far enough away, they'll give you something to drink, Diet Coke or something like that. You know, but it's a good community, and they will take care of you. And
I will tell you, they point out that particular ice chest every time, just as soon as we get here. So
yeah, they don't want you to grab anything by mistake.
That's correct.
No mistakes
on there. But it's just, you know, and we talked to a lot of them in that tailgating section that's over there. Sal was there, and a lot of them were cooking the wings and doing this. I said, man, there's a lot worse ways to spend your Saturday.
Absolutely, and it's a family event. Everybody comes out, and then, of course, today we're playing St. Frederick's, a Catholic school.
That one lifted out into right field, going to be caught there. But we'll keep it here before the break. But the Lady Eagles pick up 2 runs. We'll see what Sophie and that Eagle defense are able to do when you come up at the bottom of the first. But that's one thing, you know, that we've seen, just the fan bases for all of them. And it being a small school, they commingle a lot, too. You've got some spillover from baseball to football, and from soccer and basketball to softball here as well. And that's great. I mean, there have been great teams and great competitions this year.
Yeah, you know, these families are all friends, and they're friends here at school. They're friends in the churches. They're friends in the community. So they come out and support each other's kids. And we've got a few baseball players here today, and one of the football coaches is here. Yeah, it's a good atmosphere. It's a good atmosphere. And, of course, with St. Fred's coming in, they're a fellow Catholic school from Monroe, and we're always glad to compete against our other Catholic schools in the state, too.
Look, that St. Fred's team had a ULM signee in the circle for them in Game 1. And Avery Hauser, the center fielder, the young lady with the grand slam, she is committed to ULM as well. It's got a sister that plays at Ole Miss also. So it just – and you can see that common bond. I know that they'll all get fed afterwards, too. But there's not been a lack of effort on the diamond from either of these schools.
No, it's good hard-working kids, and you get 2 programs that are coached really well, and see their coaches coaching hard, and Coach Turney's coaching hard. And at the end of the day, they're going to grab hands and pray at the end of the game. Both teams will, and that's always good to see. And then they'll probably eat dinner together. So that's it's always good to have the fun, easy competition, and of course, playing good competition is always good for you.
Indeed it is. You're getting close to as Sophie gets in there in the circle in this one. You guys are nearing the end of the school year on there. Enrollment's going on for next year. Somebody's interested in Menard. What do they do to get in touch with you guys?
They can contact the school office. Tiffany Summerall is our admissions director. There's some stuff on our website, information on there, but holysaviormenard.com. Best way to do it is to just call the office and ask for one of the administrators. Tiffany would handle everything through the registration process. Anybody wants to come visit, they can come visit. We allow students to shadow. And what that is, they come and they'll spend a day with a student at Holy Savior Menard, just kind of follow, meet the teachers, and kind of see what they do throughout the day.
How's enrollment going into the 25-26 year?
It looks like it's going to be up about 20 kids, back up to about 350, which is good. We had dipped for a little while, but the state, the Louisiana Gator program is going to help quite a bit. That's the voucher program, or the school choice thing that Governor Landry has put in. So, you know, and all the stuff with the Department of Education in Washington too. That's it's gonna give people a lot of choices to where they're gonna go to school.
Just in the midst of the battle of open enrollment and different things going on, you're right. That goes away. So I don't know that. Do things ever get consistent up there? Or you're always looking at change.
In the office up front?
In the way that it's going from year to year with the way that Landry is, and the way the Gator program, and the way just everything goes.
Well, the Gator program, it's based on economics of the families, and you know, this year it's a certain level, and then in 2 years or next year it opens up a little bit more for more kids to qualify, and then the third year everybody's going to qualify for it. So they'll just basically give the parents the tuition money, and they take the money where they go. So the money's going to follow the kid.
So the idea behind is whatever it costs the state, and that one is smoked over there, found near the dugout of the Eagles. Whatever it costs a student for the state to pay, they're going to give that money in a voucher and say, hey, you can go wherever you want to go?
That's correct. That's correct.
What does that have to do? Are you seeing drawback when it comes to, hey, now you're a private school and you're recruiting a little bit more? Do you hear thoughts of that, or what do you hear?
No, because you know, the kids, most of the kids are coming here for academic reasons, and you know, as long as it's academic stuff.
Over to third now, not in time. Boy, what good running by Avery Hauser over there. The out was, we're not sure if the out was made at first base, what they called. The young lady still
her out.
Is at first, and they're moving along. He made the adjustment.
Yeah, I think
looking
he called
back
her
over,
out
and he called her out at first. What a bang play over there. Good work.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Creighton is out at first. She will go there, but Addie Wright, a great job at first base. Well, good. That opens up some good things, and all you want is consistency. I think it's great for it, because you should be able to go where you want to be able to go, academically speaking, for that.
That's right. You know, and a lot of the faith-based education, you know, they have trouble because people have to pay tuition, and if people want that, then that's something they do. There's some talk now about, on the national level, do they want to put all the religion stuff back in the public schools? Of course, we say yes. That's a necessary thing, but because we're faith-based, and I think every kid
that
in
one lifted
Rapids
down
Parish.
the line. Look at that grab over there at third base by Kenzie Lyles. She is just solid as they come at third base.
She's an 8th grader. That's pretty good for an 8th grader.
And hit her 6th home run of the season off that scoreboard. Have you counted how many dents are in your scoreboard?
How many? There's probably a lot of them.
There's a number of them.
I saw Emily DeSalle walk in a while ago. She graduated last year. She's probably hit a few of them. I think she leads the school history home runs, and of course for an 8th grader to have that many is incredible.
And you know, we've seen 2 of them, of the ones that she's hit. We've seen them too, and it was great to see Sawyer Shelton had her first one Thursday night in that big win over Kinder.
She did. I was at home watching it on. Her mama sent us a video of it on Facebook.
She told us about the video. Said that her mama was crying. Everybody was crying in that.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. You know, and again, our fans, I couldn't tell who was screaming, and Laura Davis actually said it was her screaming, Emma's mom. But Jenny was really excited, and we were too, because Kinder's a tough place to play, and go down there and beat them, that's pretty good.
It is, and in the circle there, we talked about that one lifted high. It's going to stay on the right side and blow out of the playing field. But they faced a Purdue commit on Thursday night and a ULM commit this morning. So they've went against D1 pitching the last couple of games, and they're 1-1.
Yeah, there's no shortage of talent in Louisiana. Softball especially, really good. Softball talent. Later on in the year, we played Calvary Baptist of Shreveport, and I think they're like number 2 in the nation.
They're number 2 in the nation. Have hit a little over 50 home runs this season, and 22-0 on the year.
Yeah. And look, our girls have played. We've played the 5A schools: Pineville, Ash, Natchitoches Central. We've played North DeSoto. So when you look at the record, it's a little deceiving on how good they are. But for a young team, and you know, leading the district right now, it is really good. You know, we go as those young kids go.
Well, and when you look at the schedule and you see those 4 losses in a row, and don't look at who they were against, you've got to dig inside of that. And Coach Turney was a tremendous hire having him here at softball, because he's got these girls as motivated and as fired up as anybody we've seen.
He does. They're playing loose, and you know, they make mistakes, but they're young and they're playing through them. And he handles the kids really well. His staff does a good job of that. And I'm just looking right now. We got one 8th grader at third base, one at second base. A while ago, we had one out in right field. I think the kid in right field's a freshman this year.
Stolen base attempt, and that's going to get Hauser in from third, and that's risk versus reward type of stuff there. You might would have let that get all the way through as quick as Hauser is over at third base. But you're right, the future is so bright for this team, as they are young. But you've got probably as spirited of a senior as you'll find in Sophie Giordano.
Absolutely. She's been here for years, and she's played tough, good softball. She's normally played at third base, but she's always been able to hit the ball. But she's just a tremendous leader for us with these young girls. And, you know, the young ones, you got to handle them a certain way. And Sophie always stays upbeat. And coming back off an injury in that first game, we thought she'd broke her finger, part of her hand. But Looks like she's doing okay right now, but she's a tremendous leader and just a great kid.
Yeah, you saw that one lifted. Going to have to give Chase's Drago, and that's going to drop foul. And if that's fair, Drago catches that.
Yep. Drago's a really good outfielder. She can go get it.
They were doing their warm-ups prior to the first game, and I saw her go back to the wall to get one and cover more ground than I had seen.
She's smooth, and she's just I think she's a freshman this year.
Yes.
But you think it's hard to believe they're freshmen because you think they've been playing so many games, but they really have done a good job. And she's a good one. She can swing the bat too.
She can. We've seen her be that player of a game a lot as well, and it was good that Coach Turney changed it. That one's lifted high.
That should be called.
Calling her off, and that's going to do it here. Turns the glove over, but does it. Mr. Gatlin, we appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us. As always, the booth is open for you, my friend. Thank you for everything.
And again, we appreciate 446 and what you guys do for Holy Savior Menard Athletics. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Be careful on that step because it's a big one. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be here for the top of the second. Lady Eagles lead this 2-1 when we come back.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
We're back for the top of the second. Mika Keogh will stride in, ready to start things off. Good inning as Giordano got some good defensive help out of there. Got out of there with the lead. And Keogh, first pitch swinging, gets that one foul over near that fence where it juts out in front of the dugout. He had the inning off there. Matt, how about that? Uh-oh. I don't hear Matt anymore.
There I am.
There he is.
Oh, yeah. So very good job. Very good defensive play from Menard that we've seen. You know, in the first game, it was a lot more difficult, but this time, I think they've got their stuff in order.
So was Chris Mr. Gatlin, your principal when you were here?
No. It was Mr. DeSalle. Joel DeSalle was my principal all those years ago.
So you didn't feel any anxiety when the principal got into the booth?
Truthfully, I'm very unfamiliar with Principal Gatlin, honestly.
That one up the middle and gloved there by DeGravel in the circle. And we saw a couple of plays like that today, one earlier from Methvin. What do you think about Giordano's? You were able to watch it from... You were able to watch. See, I'm into that now.
You're getting it now.
Let's got this, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're able to watch Sophie throw. What did you think about that first inning of work?
Very good, actually. She had a lot of different types of pitches coming out. You know, Methvin, we think a lot more fastball. She's getting it in there a lot quicker. Sometimes she'll throw that change up to really just mess with their heads. But Giordano, I honestly could not predict what was coming next, which was really good.
Yep, because as a hitter, it's difficult to do. Hauser scored that only run, and that was probably one that St. Fred shouldn't have gotten. You almost think you let the runner go. That one lifted high. It's going to stay on the infield or just drift out of it. But infield will bring that down and have that. That is Megan Day, who has been around shortstop all day. And she drifted back. And that's a tough one, man, with that wind blowing back like it is.
Yeah, it sure does make it a lot more difficult. This wind, it's picking up. Now, in the first game, it was a lot more intermittent. Now, as you guys can tell at home, it's a lot more consistent. That wind has just been constantly going here. That is 2 up, 2 down for Menard. And this is Drago that is up to hit.
Annabelle Drago there, batting with 2 down in the top of the second. That one bounces low.
Drago did make it around the diamond the last time she was up. She did have a single in the first and eventually got around on a stolen base, a couple hits, that kind of thing. So if she gets on base again, don't be surprised here if she gets it all the way around the diamond.
That one misses away and off of the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. You know, and you look back at Creighton, who now is over at second base for this Lady Warriors team, was very consistent in the zone, stayed there a lot. I think DeGravel has been over it a little bit more, and Drago pulled the bat back as she was trying to go down to first on that. So the top 2 vote getters was calling for security and ordering a pizza is what the phone was ringing. There's Drago going opposite field, coming in. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And Drago continues to show that opposite field work that she's able to do. And we'll see if she's able to go out and get her another couple of stolen bases here in front of Kenzie Lyles, or you may just let Kenzie put one up in the wind that is blowing out here. Come on, hit one out here to us, Kenzie.
Yeah, this wind is blowing now hard to left field. Excuse me, just right across the way.
Well, look, it messes you up out here. I promise you.
Yeah,
the right field
backwards.
to left field stuff. Yes, I've called it that way a lot myself. That one is lifted. It's going to drop over the. Oh no, it doesn't.
Wow.
Good work by Creighton to go back and get that one. And I don't think anything just drifts over this infield for the Lady Warriors on there. No runs come in for Menard, just the 1 base hit from Drago. She's retired on base, so the inning ends with her still on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Lady Eagles lead this one 2-1 when we come back.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
And we're back, bottom of the second. Here we go, leading off. That is Megan Day. Megan Day's shortstop for St. Fred's. And this is the kind of game that we expected early on in that one, but the St. Fred bats came alive. That one out to center field. That's in the gap, but there, Drago off the top of her glove. And that's usually one that Drago is going to have. Issue the error there, as she covers ground as well as anybody does, but just don't know if it got a push from the wind.
Right? I'm thinking as the wind really had an effect on that, because that ball just kept floating. Normally, I mean, if without that wind's help, I definitely think that gets in Drago's glove.
Hannah Gamage will stride in. And look for her to be squaring around in this one. Doesn't. She just smokes that down the line and foul. Drago gives chase the other direction now. Don't forget, coming up this evening at 6 o'clock, we will have Grace Christian and Westlake baseball. A couple of top 5 teams in their respective divisions. Westlake out of the Lake Charles area will come up. Oh, good looking change up from Sophie.
I'm going to assume Westlake is west of the lake.
That's
Lake
correct.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got
okay.
it.
West of Lake Charles.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I would assume.
It's by Bunkie.
Got to cross one massive bridge to get to it. I
That's
promise you.
right.
That one up high, misses out of the zone.
Now this wind is very familiar. This is the wind that we felt on Tuesday.
This
past
is
Tuesday.
Yeah, when we were down along the fence line. But I'm telling you what, I'm growing accustomed to the old perch here, and I was concerned about it when I saw the pictures of it. But I'm telling you what,
like that little baby bird that doesn't want to leave the nest now up here. This is great.
With the weight up here, you ain't gonna worry about it lifting off nowhere.
Let me tell you, my confidence in the weight, that one is going to be foul just off the bag. We had 3 heavyweights and Matt up here.
That's right.
At one time, and I didn't see any movement on this thing at all.
No bowing in the middle where we're sitting.
No bowing in the middle. The safety strap that's attached to the fence was not. Now look, the only thing I can see is this falling back and it pulling the fence down with us on there. Good looking pitch, just misses inside. Soph thought she had that strikeout. Now the count goes full. Giordano looks at the wrist guard. Gets set and delivers this one, and it is right back up the middle. Going to be a base hit. Going to have to come up throw, and they're going to hold the runner, and that's a good chunk.
That was Methvin.
Yeah, that's Methvin in center field. So you know she's got the arm. And now quickly runners at first and third with nobody out, so that error even glowing a little bit more. And this should bring DeGravel to the plate for the first time. So when we did this team against Grant early on, DeMarcus was in there and DeGravel was in there. And let me tell you, more than Town and Country Meat Shop, I butchered things completely. That's a shameless plug because they're not sponsors of ours, but I butchered and butchered and butchered. And so we just called them by their first name after that, but confident that the pronunciations of the names are correct now.
Man, that would be a great sponsor to add as a butcher shop.
For all of those things that I butchered.
Yes.
That voice that you hear is Chuck, who has joined us here in Game 2. He was going through a lot of production stuff back in the first game and going through a lot of wings in between games. Yeah. But he is back with us now. Big shout out to Sal Drago and that group that was on the grill. Those wings were phenomenal.
Definitely were.
Game day grub, to say the least.
Looks like they set some aside. I've been kind of peeking my eye over there in a smoker or something. I'm getting my attention over there.
Well, they're feeding everybody after the game. So
the players, not everybody.
Not everybody, yeah. One of us is going to go have a cheeseburger and a Mountain Dew over at England Air Park.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I are. Head that direction in about an hour. Hopefully there's a lot of softball here, but I feel confident in leaving it in the capable hands of you guys here. That one up and out of the zone. Sophie struggling here, goes 3-0. Need an out here. Nobody out in this inning. Could use it, but this St. Fred's team takes advantage of a lot of things, and that's a 4-pitch walk and will lead the catcher Perry up there, Audrey Perry. You got to believe she's getting tired back there. Her and Parati have caught all of game 1 and now into this one also.
Unless she's a hunter. The reason and it's not a joke, but hunters, a lot of times they have to crouch down when they're hiding behind brush to get a jump on the game sometimes.
They're not going to tackle them. They're not snipe hunting.
No, but jump up and fire away like they do down the second.
Chuck, you don't hunt, do you?
Yes, I do.
You do.
That was before the technology age has made things so much easier for some of these folks.
I got you. Sophie throws that one in there and misses. She threw a changeup there. Oh, you'd like to roll a ground ball right back. This infield is drawn in. They are even with the bases all around, trying to get the lead runner at home. You'd like to see a little home to first here. That one outer half for strike 1, and good work from Giordano to Perry. Because you got to be careful. You'd like to get something cleared off the bases here because you've got the ever dangerous Avery Hauser waiting, and that one's lifted high. Wind pushing it as well, but Methvin's going to get it, and we're going to see a play at the plate. Methvin's got that arm, and the ball comes out. Runner's going to come over to third. That bounces to the outfield. She's going to try to go home. Drago now to home, and that one's not going to make it, and 2-run score, and that's not the way we wanted to have the bases cleared. Boy, Methvin hammers that ball in from the outfield, Matt, so quickly.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I mean, golly, she was able to get that ball in fast. It's just as long as Parati held onto that ball whenever Day came in, man, that would have been a completely different game.
Yeah, instead you end up kicking the ball and throwing it down, and now you would have had 2-1 with 2 outs. That would have been a double play. And but they said something about frogs and wings and such as that. And ifs. That's a big moment here in the bottom of the second, but great work by Kaylee Methvin to get that ball in home. And now Hauser is up, and they'll miss away. First base open. I don't think that concerns you as much.
No, definitely not at this point. I don't expect Hauser to roll one back up either.
That one in there for a strike. Kind of a rise ball from Sophie that time, as that ball certainly elevated. We're up at Calvary watching their practice, and they've got a device that they pitch when they learn to throw that rise pitch. They pitch off an elevated mound. You're going to come around to score now on that pass ball sliding in, and the bases are now empty. And we talked about you wanted to clear some off of the bases. We certainly didn't want it done the way that it was done. So Hauser not going to have more than a grand slam if she gets up in the air in this one, because the bases now are empty with 3 runs across, and it's 4-2. St. Fred's leads this one. Things have been just about as bad as they could be in this inning. That one inside, and yeah, at 3-1, you throw another one of those far out of the zone where she's not able to put it into the breeze. I don't think you fool around with this at all. And she doesn't. She throws that one low and out of the zone, and Avery Hauser's going to spin around. Well, she gets down. She plays the game right.
Yeah, that's for sure. She doesn't waste any time. She is in for business, you know. Hitting howitzers, if you will.
Wow.
Hauser's hitting howitzers.
Oh, Chuck, y'all are going to get along so well.
It's tanking real quick.
Oh, no.
Abigail Creighton will square around to bunt. She pulls back this one up, and Hauser going nowhere from first base.
It must be something about second innings for Menard, because second innings, the last game in the second inning, that was about 5 runs.
That's where they gave up 5 runs in that
Yeah.
one, too. And now it's sitting at 3 here. That one smoked over there to the near side. That netting saved it from going up into to those folks along the walkway. Yes, we made this comment earlier in that first game. With the way that microphone is up there in the stereo, it feels like people are behind us talking.
It does.
That one lifted high. Methvin's going to come up and get it, calls off, and she's just going to allow Hauser to go back to first, which is the safe play. Called Drago off there. Camp's under it now, and Methvin retires both batters here, and should have had that one. Boy, what a difference. What a difference that drop behind the dish means. And I know you got a runner coming in on you and the ball coming in. It's just tough. Plus, it's been a long day, but if you grab that one, that makes a different inning altogether. Giordano rocks back and fires this one upstairs and out of the zone. Matt, you're going to have to come out with us to a Buffalo Wild Wings afternoon.
Yes.
That makes for a lot of fun out there on
Oh,
Sunday
really?
night.
I mean, I've been checking out some of the cast. It sounds pretty fun.
We have a lot of fun. There's good food and a great time. We name our Menard softball and Menard baseball players of the week, as long as our Grace Christian player of the week. We do that. We're on the air from 5 to 6 and then 7 to 8. Take a little break in between there to eat and swap over the crowd. But that's Buffalo Wild Wings on Sunday nights there in Alexandria on MacArthur Drive.
Funny you should mention cast. Last night I went and watched the production of Little Women at LCU.
Okay.
Great cast out there. Great production by that theater and music department. You get a chance. It's coming again this weekend coming up. They'll have it again. There's another showing tomorrow, I think. There's one this afternoon for sure.
Swung on and missed. Hauser going down to second, and that ball will get in the outfield. And you were looking to see if Hauser would take off as that ball got in there, but in front when it's Methvin right
I was going
there,
to say, with
certainly not
Methvin
going.
there,
Yeah.
I think they're realizing, I'm not going to run on that.
I might stay right here. If you're wondering about Sawyer Shelton, if you just joined us in this one, some dehydration issues, she is fine. physically. She just worn down a little bit, so they're going to keep her out of this one. Squares around and pulls that one down the line about as far as you can. Foul.
You know, if that's infield, that's probably a home run, honestly, with the trajectory of that ball.
Indeed. This is Kendall Taylor, the third baseman for St. Fred's, and squares around, but she's going to pull that back, you can believe, and does. Gets her timing up. That one misses up high. Out in the distance, you see the dugout of the baseball Eagles. Make sure that you come out and watch Coach Marks and his Eagles baseball team. A couple of the Eagles in the stands today watching this one. Taylor tries to do it again. They're going to take off and run, and Parati's sliding down. They're going to be safe. Parati falls as she's throwing that one, and Hauser seems like she was there and scored the first run of the game last inning, and here she is back, and Coach Turney is going to take that slow walk out there to visit with Sophie, and it might be a time that he gets Kaylee back in the game. Just a bad luck inning for hers. There's been a couple of errors in this one that staked St. Fred's to this 4-2 lead, man.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Menard's side. We're hoping Sophie should just. That looks like he may be keeping her in.
Now he gave the ball.
No, he gave the ball to.
It looks
Mika.
like Keogh.
Yeah,
Mika Keogh has it.
Yeah, so maybe we will possibly see a pitching change. Yeah, it looks like Keogh's on the mound and she's practicing right
Fostering
now.
Community pitching change. Nothing upcoming. They sold out their Pickleball Palooza.
Oh, did
and
they?
that's today. That's this evening, isn't it?
I think it is. Or was it just 23rd? Yeah.
So, yeah, it's today, Pickleball
22nd,
Palooza. So a lot going on there. We'll be back right after this Fostering Community pitching change here at the Eagles Nest.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
We're back here. Mika Keogh comes in. First time that we've seen her throw. She has thrown 4 this year. But so Emma Davis will go back to second base. Sophie is there at shortstop. Kenzie Lyles at third. Looking around the outfield, the defense is the same the rest of the way. And that will be trying to see who there is hitting. That looks like that's Clampett, yeah. Clampett's I think, how's her day? I remember her in the first game.
She had a lot of RBIs in the first game. She did fly out a good bit, but honestly, her hitting in the ball and with her other players getting on base, she was able to drive a few of them in with some RBIs.
See, and that's what we did. It wasn't on base a lot, but some sac flies, and did what you want her to do. We'll see if Keogh is able to close things out and get the final out. Bounces that one up there. Been a long day for these Lady Eagles. The second inning in both games, Matt, you're right on. That's where they gave up 5 in the first game and have given up 3 here in game number 2.
There we go. Mika's finally getting that strike zone, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's what, when you come right in, too, you don't have a chance to warm up. You get a few warm-up pitches, but that's it.
Yeah, she only threw like maybe 3 or 4 warm-up pitches, honestly.
Finding your rhythm. She rocks back, delivers this one. That's that off-speed stuff. There's a back pick down to first, not in time. You got to be careful throwing that ball around, too. And Turney's telling us, look, just stay in control here, and let's get this final pitch across, final out. Keogh has been solid with that off-speed stuff that just kind of drops into the zone. She rocks back,
A lot of windup. That one's out to shortstop, backhand by Sophie across the diamond to first and in time, and that's Sophie doing Sophie things out at shortstop, and she comes back. Keogh gets the ground ball out. We will move to the top of the third. Lady Eagles trail this 4-2 when we come back.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
You saw that from Firehouse Subs. Did you know Firehouse Subs, 2 convenient locations here in Central Louisiana, is the official sandwich shop of 446 Sports? Chuck, did you know that?
I did. As a matter of fact, I went and had a sandwich yesterday afternoon before going to watch Little Women.
There you go.
It's quite tasty.
There you go. This is Sophie Giordano that strides in. Sophie made that big-time play. And you oftentimes see her make a big play to end the inning, come up and hit a home run to start things off.
Wow,
See me trying to talk that into her?
That'd be a great call.
Yeah, that would be.
That's 2 big web gems that she's made in this game from shortstop. One in game 1 where she's sliding and diving over here and catches, and then that backhand to get up and throw. Because a lot of times, if it's not right on you, that runner's making it down to first.
That's right. Bam, bam.
DeGravel sits back, fires this one low to Sophie, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. And what you need coming out of this is just to get out there and get some base runners. She'll be taking 3-0 here. DeGravel drives her hand off a little bit on that towel and gets the softball in the circle, and here she goes, misses high, 4-pitch walk to Giordano, who will come off of there, and that will bring Addie Wright to the plate. What's Addie's done today, Matt?
Well, so far she's only was able to hit, or excuse me, she did hit a single. My goodness, I can't speak today, in the first inning. But that's pretty much all she's had so far. But did make it around the diamond, but wasn't able to get the run all the way in.
That one misses low, and that's 5 straight out of the zone for DeGravel. Camille looking to get things back going. Hard, long look into her pitching coach, who gives the sign. That one up and out of the zone, too. And this is where
6 balls for DeGravel here.
Good pitchers, good pitchers or hitters count, but at what point at 6 in a row do you just say, you know what, we're gonna take till you throw us one?
Right. Most coaches would do that.
Yeah, the other train of thought is 2-0 count. Am I up there hacking? And she is. Yeah, you got to figure a fastball's coming in. If there's one inside the wheelhouse, you wanna swing at it.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the opportunity to do so. You know it's got to be coming. With her throwing 6 balls like that, she's got to be throwing a strike here. And so it was a good job from Wright to just, go swing the bat, because there's a high chance that you're going to be making contact.
That one ground past the second baseman. That's going to put run. Oh, they're trying to go, and that's a difficult thing. Sliding in. Oh, they're calling her out, and that looked like it was right under the.
Close.
Looked like it was right under the tag from Giordano, but that's a couple of base runners that have been thrown out on the bases today. But it's taking bang bang plays. It's difficult to run on the arm of Avery Hauser, though. The difference, too, in this one is that St. Fred's has held on to those, and the Lady Eagles have dropped a couple of those from time to time.
Well, and knowing you've got to be aggressive in this game because runs come at a premium.
Correct. Center fielder Kaylee Methvin stands in there. She was a pitcher in the last game.
and has been pitcher for most of these. You know, you talk about pitchers and how many they're able to throw on a day. Both of these catchers, Perry and Perotti, have been in. They've thrown just as many as the pitchers have today, and now stay in on these.
And they've got all that gear on with that sun beating down on them. Because the sun, I mean, it's been nonstop sunny out here, which is nice, and it makes it beautiful and very pretty, but it does take some heat, especially with all that equipment for the catchers. Oof.
It is very picturesque on this Saturday afternoon in late March.
When I was catching, I would lobby to go all the way back to get in the shade. And they said, well, home plate's up here. And I said, that's okay, you can stand up there.
You stay there. Wind has mercifully blown most of the day, and that's kept it from just being still out here. It's blowing dead out here, as it has been a lot, but the Lady Eagles have not been able to get anything up in the air. You know, the one that Lyles hit back in game 1 was just pure fastball. That had been out if the ball was blowing, if the wind was blowing inside.
It would have. It was a well-hit one.
DeGravel gets the ball, rolls back here to Methvin. Well, I get fooled by those so many times. The ball looks like it's coming off the bat, and then next thing you know, it's headed back foul.
You just watch their faces. You see them start looking up, and the catcher looks back.
Looking for
or you can listen to the fans. Then when they get really excited, you know that's staying in. But or they're just like, you know, whatever. It's a foul ball.
Look for Chuck scrambling to get his cover on the camera that's coming.
That definitely is a dead giveaway.
Gravel taking a little bit of time between pitches. She'll rock back in there. That one is smoked out to left. It's going to be a base hit. Getting down past Demakas. That is going to send right to third base, and that is a good-looking double. And that was just on the line. Demakas had no shot at getting that one. Good piece of hitting by Kaylee Methvin.
And you got to think the wind may have helped on that one, kind of pushing it just a little more towards left field, but keeping it right in the line. But it was a good job by Methvin to get that ball.
And this is...
Careful, Matt. Somebody might think
that's Perotti that's hitting here.
Somebody might be saying they're controlling the weather there.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Kate Perotti, one of those that we talked about having caught all innings of this round robin. Round robin, I guess, is just a way to tell you that you're going to be home once and away once. That one's skied and caught by by their second baseman out there, which is Abigail Creighton. Yeah. This is the inning that you'd like to see the Lady Eagles pull something together. This is Ledette. Is that the 4 I see behind the...
That's right. That's Ledette.
That one's lifted high to the center field. Hauser's going to have it. She'll camp under it comfortably, and that will retire the side. We're through 2.5. Lady Warriors lead this 4-2 when we come back.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Bottom of the third we play. Mika Keogh back for her, I guess, not her second inning of work, but the second inning come out. And she came in and induced a ground out to Sophie Giordano to finish things off in the second. We'll look to come out here and have a clean inning once all of that gets done in the circle there. This is the day they have come out and battled the number 3 team in the power rankings. Sophie DeMacas will stand in, ready to lead things off. And again, was able to talk to her dad, who is one of the assistant coaches on this team, and great to visit with our new friends up there at St. Fred's. Yeah, I'm just wondering how rough it would have been without that breeze blowing today up here. Because there have been times, Matt, that we didn't have it.
That's right, especially in that first game. It was dying down a good bit.
That one is going to find Kayla Methvin. And look, I'm telling you what, she is just she's really good in center field.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I mean, that's her 4th catch, of the day so far, just being out. I mean, these balls just keep coming right out to her, and she's just running up, taking advantage. And you know what's very impressive with her, Doug? She is covering a lot of field very fast. You know, we always see her pitching, and we just are just concentrating on that arm.
That one's going to go right field. Unable to come up and get that one. And that's going to drop in for a base hit.
I think that was Ledette out there in right field. But like I was saying, Doug, I mean, Methvin with her athleticism in general is just very impressive. She is able to just cover lots of ground. She's got the arm power to throw it, heck, probably from the track all the way to home if she wanted to. That one up in the air. It's going to be handled there by Davis. She'll secure it, and 2 down in this one. Little spin move by Drago there. Yeah, this is a good inning for Menard to have. Just make it quick, easy, 3 up, 3 down, or try to get the 3 up, 3 down as quick as they can.
4 up, 3 down anyway.
Yeah, 4 up, 3 down, I guess you could say.
But if it goes that quick, that's okay. This is Camille DeGravel. Stands in there. She is the recipient of those 4 runs and leads this one 4-2 in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third we play here already. This one's going a little bit quicker than the way to go. One, just about. That one up and away. Well, and still getting a lot of base runners on and still doing some stuff, but I think the walks have been cut down, and that makes such a big difference in it.
Well, I know what it is they figure if they can keep you here for the whole game, if you leave, they're worried I might start telling jokes. Because they're very aware of the jokes that I used to tell years ago.
They need to, but I don't think Matt helps on discouraging them either. That's the problem. I got to get him to quit laughing at them.
That by name, Matt is a...
That one off to second base. Going to be handled there by Davis. Over to first in time, and that will retire the side. Really good inning there for Keogh as she has retired 4 of the 5 batters she faced. Lady Eagles come up in the top of the 4th when we come back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Mika Keogh will lead things off in the top of the fourth for the Lady Eagles. Very impressive since she's been on there. Let's look around. Buckeye. Lady Panthers lead Evangel 5-1 in that game. The Lady Rebels up 1-0 over Grant in their game. Grace Christian, Lady Warriors on top of somebody. Ouachita Lady Eagles 8-5 in that one. Lake Arthur on top of Plainview. Ash and Oakdale scoreless in that one, it says. And back here, it is 4-2. Lady Warriors leading over the Lady Eagles of Menard. Mika Keogh, again, as we told you, 4 out of the 5 batters she's faced, and she has retired. Camille DeGravel stands in, ready to go to work. Rocks back, fires this one. It's up and out of the zone. Again, shout out to the folks cooking the wings over there. They did a tremendous job.
Knocked it out of the park themselves.
So to speak, they did. And our concession stand friends for supplying the drinks. That ground ball is going to be today. She's got to go across the diamond and does. Gets the out there.
Despite the little risky business slide there, she did well.
Right. See, Matt, they just
flow out.
They creep in on you.
And, you know, you gotta appreciate it
No,
every
you
now
don't.
and then. Just
No,
a
you
little bit.
don't.
I mean, it's just so quick-witted, Doug. I mean, you may be in trouble here, Doug.
He knows he is.
I'm just telling you, I can't imagine that one gets by, and that's going to be a base hit. Good piece of hitting. Can only imagine when brother-in-law gets on the broadcast with you guys.
Yes, sir.
Emma Davis stands up and gets that one to drop. Goes between Day and Taylor on the right side of the field. And that is going to send Annabelle Drago. So Davis has responded to the leadoff spot pretty well. Drago represents the tying run in this one here, top of the fourth. Drago's got the power off and going as Davis. And I'm going to tell you what, she is fast.
That was very impressive from her. You know, you didn't really see too much from her in the last game with stealing. I don't really know if they had that much opportunity to do so.
No, but she's got a couple of steals this game, responding well to that leadoff spot that she's in. If you'll remember, she was just a couple of positions different. She was batting third. Back the 2 games that we've seen her, Drago takes that one outside. And look, a win here in Game 2 will certainly erase the sting of that Game 1.
Had the same wind and win Game 1, Doug.
Yes, it's starting to blow back out again. A lot of hot air up here in the booth, but that one is cool wind is blowing out to center field.
The perch, right? The
Perkins perch. That's right. Chuck Hog Day.
Chuck Hog.
6 more weeks of baseball. That's correct.
Tell you what, Puxatawny Field wouldn't have done well coming around my house yesterday or the day before when it was down to 30.
Oh, I thought you were out crouching behind stuff hunting.
I was. I was looking for that dude.
Oh, mercy. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down here to Drago. Oh, she just got to get it up in the air is what she has to do.
I was going to have smoked groundhog butts on the pit.
Oh, my goodness.
Back at regular depth here, and that one misses away, and that'll fill things up on DeGravel as she's run the count full to Drago. Look, you wouldn't have thought with that DeMarcus and DeGravel, these are Monroe schools. Well, you get used to those along I-10 and those Acadiana schools. Drago pounds that one up the middle and got to hold the runner at third, and he does because Hauser coming up there firing a missile at home, and that is going to get Drago into second base. So runners at second and third. And Kenzie Lyles, who has hit the ball as hard as anybody today.
Yeah, that was probably a good job by Davis not to run on Hauser with that throw. That was really good.
Well,
good idea from her.
And you saw Coach Turney put the brakes on that one. He's got caught a couple of times on the bases. That one back up the middle against that drawn-in infield. Davis has got to slide there.
Yeah, it's man, you really need to get on the ground for that one.
She's safe as she slides on that. Goodness. And Coach Turney just beside himself over at third base because the tag is up and she just puts the tag in. If you slide there, you're in there.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate for these Lady Eagles.
Sophie stands in there, and G with an opportunity. She represents the go-ahead run in this one. Top of the fourth we play. That one misses outer half, so you've got, let's see, Parati at third now, and Drago, or correction, that is, yeah, Drago over at first. Is that right on that?
Drago at third and Lyles at first.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Giordano's up.
See, her bash went out here off the scoreboard.
Yeah, you know, we've been calling for a Sophie shot the last 10 innings or so and would love to have it. That one misses low and good. As easily getting into second base there. Yeah, you go back to that, and you gotta slide there, and you're probably safe. Runners at second and third, a base hit in the gap will score 2. Sophie had that very hit in her first at bat back in game 1.
If she does that here, I may have to stop at a convenience store on the way home and buy me one of those Mountain Dews.
Right. That one taken in there, the 3-0 pitch taken for a strike.
That was a pretty one, too.
I mean, it was a good no swing, though. I mean, that 3 balls, no strikes.
3-0,
I mean,
you're taking.
You got to take it.
You're taking no matter what, and that's the one that DeGravel knows is coming. And so rocks back and fires this one, and that is ball 4. And that'll bring up Addie Wright. Bases loaded here, and this is an opportunity. You need that clutch, timely hit that they've not really had most of the day.
Right. I mean, Wright she's 2 for 2 today, so she's able to get the ball. She can hit it. She can get it in. And
she's seeing DeGravel very well.
Yeah. So this is a good opportunity for Menard to get some more runs on the board. But it is 2 outs, so they'd have to be aware of that.
Well, you would like to take the lead late in this one. That one is stroked out into right field. 1 run scores. They're going to hold Lyles at third, which was the right play. And Wright herself goes 3 for 3 with an RBI.
What do they call it, Doug?
Station to station they're going, without a doubt. Well, this is one of those opportunities. Somebody that has been playing as well as anybody on the field today is center fielder / pitcher Kaylee Methvin. DeGravel throws the fastball in to Methvin. Methvin, I think, has hit it hard all day.
Yeah, she's had a double in the third, but in the first she got a walk. So, but she can hit that ball. She's very athletic.
That one misses, and we'd take another base on balls because that would knock things up here in the top of the fourth. But I think if you had your ruthers, you would like to see her put one off of the wall.
I'd like to see her granny one, so they have one too.
That one lifted high, and it's not going to get off the infield. Coming into the right side of it and grabbing that one for the final out is Gamage. And Hannah, with that catch, retires a side. But the Lady Eagles do pick up a run in the top of the fourth. We'll see if Keogh can keep rolling when we come back in the bottom of the fourth right after this.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
Audrey Perry will lead things off in the bottom of the fourth. 9-1-2 due up for the Lady Warriors here. Keogh gives up that single in front of us to Drago to lead things off. And the ever-dangerous Avery Hauser, the junior ULM commit, center fielder, will stand in there ready to go. A lot of offers around, even at an offer and a call from Ole Miss that she wants to stay home and play at ULM.
Really? I did not know that.
That's correct. So just a junior, but her commitment is to ULM. We'll see how that holds out.
Family's important sometimes.
But is okay staying right there at home and playing. And you got to look at some of those bigger schools with the transfer portal and all that it is. You go in there and you're going to get some playing time right away in that as a freshman and sophomore. You have the opportunity. You're not looking over your shoulder at the transfer portal because, quite frankly, and there's no disrespect to anybody that's out there, you're not seeing a lot of people in the transfer portal going to ULM or UL or a smaller school. You're transferring to a bigger one.
Right.
And another factor with those
Good, like a pitch by Keogh.
Oh, yeah, that was a good job. Is those NIL deals that you're seeing nowadays. You know, that is just such a new thing. I mean, even for me, I was very surprised to hear about this new NIL deal stuff, and it's really affecting a lot of the college athletes.
That one smoked as well, and they're getting around on Keogh pretty good. And that guy, oh, goodness gracious, looked like they had her at second base, and no call there. And boy, Sophie was adamant about that also. Back to the, I guess this is Creighton that's up there now. That was Hauser that was on left.
That's right.
Or that just hit, so runners at first and second. Another base hit for Hauser today. And this is Abigail Creighton. Teammates through high school. They'll be teammates over at ULM, nearing the bunt, and Wright coming all the way in on that, even to where Keogh is. Final inning of work for me. I'll leave it to Matt and Chuck as I head out to get set up. Another hour and a half of setup for Grace Christian baseball. Just up the road, not too far from here, historic England Air Park. Trying to see what I think the wind's going to be doing out there.
Baseball at the burn.
It is. Should be a good one. That team west of the lake comes to town. That bunt back there, Parati stabs it, but it is back and foul and out of play. I can only imagine the jokes that are going to be in those last couple innings.
Well, we might pick up some of those Grace guys if you tell them I'm over here with Matt.
Oh yeah, they're easily amused out there at Merrill Blackburn Field. Good looking pitch, misses off the plate.
A bag of Laffy Taffies will do me great out there.
They will.
Or bad. They not do you good.
Oh no, they're Chuck fans out there.
They chuckle a lot.
That one lifted foul back into the netting. It's been a pleasure bringing you Menard softball action, and can't wait to follow along with this one and hopefully get those Lady Eagles back on top. That one lifted high. Infield fly is in effect, and that will be the out, but Davis goes out there and gets it herself. Runners at first and second, less than 2 outs. Infield fly stays in effect here in this one. A lot of times you'll see the officials touch 2 hands to the bill of their cap, and that lets them know that, hey, that infield fly is in line.
Yeah, they have their own certain sign language.
That one lifted down the line and will stay foul over by that windscreen along the first baseline. Yeah, they've got their own lingo throughout, without a doubt. This is Kendall Taylor. Taylor's been solid. She's a third baseman for this St. Fred's team, and she pushes that one foul and quickly down in the count here to Keogh, 0-2. Again, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's just a different pace, but very, very pleased with the poise in the circle by Mika Keogh.
She has done well.
That one slapped out to right. Drago unable to come up and get it. There's going to be a play at third. Not in time as the throw draws her off of the bag. Lyles would have had it, but drawn off the bag. And Clampett, the RBI machine, comes in. And you said, how many does she have on the day now, you think, Matt?
Clampett, she is, well, she's only had a walk in
Counting game one, though.
Oh, Lord. Clampett, oh, goodness. I would say she had 3, I think, in the first game.
She's going to have another one here. Method, this ought to be fun here. We'll keep an eye on this at home. Throws up the line.
Just misses it.
And that's going to allow the run to score. That's what we wanted to look at is a Methvin throw home, but that does chase a run across now 5-3. And Hauser now finds herself at third base. Runners at second and third. And right on cue, Clampett with another RBI in this one.
DeMoncus hits that one out towards right field, and so unfortunate.
Yeah, one run is down, another one comes in. Got to play at the plate, not in time. And DeMoncus with a couple of RBI there, and this fourth inning now proving to be as deadly as inning number 2 is, and that will make it 7-3 in this one. See that on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard, and that will bring Megan Day, the shortstop for St. Fred's, into the box. Just, I mean, hitting them right outside the reach of this Lady Eagles team. And man, you talk about a game of inches, Matt, and it definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, right there with who was that? That was Davis. That was trying to get that ball that fly out and just missed it by a few inches.
And you know how fast and quick she is. We've seen her run around the bases there and gets that good first step, but just right outside the range.
That's what I was going to say. They were flying to the ball, but just the wind maybe causing some wind turbulence for them.
Just push that ball away a little bit. Megan Day swings at this one and fouls it back and out of play.
Megan Day is 2 for 2 today. He's had a double in the second and a single the third.
Be back out here Monday night, Chuck, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Will be. The Lady Eagles are hosting I don't know, but they'll be here Thursday night. We know that. Port Berrien, our friend Jordan Taylor with Under the Lights. He and his wife are assistant coaches on that Port Byrie team. And they'll be here. That one lifted high into center field. Methvin giving chase, and that's going to go over her head. They're going to send the runner in, and that run will score there, and that is an RBI double for Megan Day as that brings DeMoncus in to score from second base. And I think that Mika has unfortunately lost her
touch,
her steam in this one too. She came out and gave Coach Turney some good quality pitches, but the St. Fred's team does not get off of you.
Yeah, no, they're gonna take, if they can take an inch, they're gonna take a mile.
If you've seen one of those MMA fights and the fighter gets a little wobbly or starts going down and the opponent just pounces, that's what you're seeing here.
Keep your foot on the gas till the coach tells you not to.
All gas, no brakes. That's right. That one in there for the strike, and that's that little bit of a drop changeup that she's got. Big thanks to ExploreAlexandriaPineville.com. Bring this to you. That one lifted infield. Davis going to come up, and she gets that one to retire the side, but not before another 4 runs come across. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the fourth. That is 8-3 in this one, folks. It's been a blast. I'm going to turn it over to Matt and Chuck to finish out, and bless you all is what I can say. Don't forget, we will be on the air at 5:50 out from Grace Christian, where it's going to be a good one. The Grace Christian Warriors will take on the Westlake, whatever they are, Rams. Westlake Rams, when we come back to that one. So it'll be a different feed, but we'll step away, switch things around, and have it back to Matt and Chuck to take you through the rest of this one. Guys, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Doug.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
And we're back here at the Eagles' Nest at the top of the 5th with Eagles leading it off here. It's going to be Parati, Ledette, and then Keogh to lead us off on the 7, 8, 9 hitters. A little bit of a tough day for Menard, as you guys have seen. We want to thank Doug for being out here. He did great calling both games so far.
Yeah,
and
so-so.
Yeah, you think so, Chuck?
Yeah, he was all right.
And there's the gravel. She pitches it in, and wow, Ledette gets it right off the second baseman of Crichton. But Crichton still gets a handle on the ball and gets it over to first base. That is Gamage, who is there to get the ball. So good job on Crichton. And I mean, we've been seeing, Crichton all over the place today. Am I right, Chuck? I mean, she was pitching the entire first game.
Y'all have called her name so many times today.
I think it's just that name, because I believe there's a Hannah Crichton on St. Frederick's team that is also there. I'm sure there's some sort of relation that I'm unaware of. But that brings up Ledette here to hit. We are dealing with a whole bunch of papers. Ledette does hit. Yeah, she gets a hit, but it looks like it just pulls foul out in right field. So good job from Ledette, making good contact with the ball. I'm gonna apologize ahead of time, folks. I'm not really used to this, but we're gonna do my darndest to keep you up to date and into the game as best as we can.
Well, I know you're a soccer fan, but just think about it this way. It's a ball, it's a field, and there's people.
It is a lot more simple if you think about it that way, I guess. And look at that play from Abigail Crichton, running back over the shoulder to grab the ball out of the air from Ledette after that hit. Wow, very good job. Crichton, it's all Crichton in this inning so far. I mean, she has contributed significantly in this inning at the top of the 5th.
Yeah, I'm like Doug. Ever since I've added that microphone from behind the home plate, it makes you feel like people are behind you talking.
It does throw you off every now and then. And look at this. Lady Eagles are just smashing the ball. They are not afraid to swing. And that's Keogh here that hits the ball. And she's going to try to go up for the double here. And she just walks on into the second base. Very good hitting out into the right center field area from Keogh. She was struggling with pitching in the previous inning, but oh, there we go. That sounds better, doesn't it now, Chuck?
There we go.
Yeah, I just got to bring the microphone
closer.
It in
close.
Yeah, there we go.
Get that announcer's voice.
Yes, indeed. So good double from Keogh. And that brings us to the top of the lineup with Davis here to hit. And my goodness, the Menard Eagles are just first pitch swinging, and they're seeing it, but not able. Davis isn't able to beat it out, and so that brings us very quickly to the bottom of the 5th, right back to St. Fred's hitting. And we'll be taking a short little break here in just a moment.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
And we're back here at the Eagles Nest in Central Louisiana at Holy Savior Menard. We have the Lady Eagles who are pitching over to St. Frederick Warriors. At the bottom of the 5th, we have the Gravel, Perry, and Hauser up. That's the 8-9-1. Keogh is still in for pitching. She's going to take that, or the Gravel's taking that ball for ball 1. So it does make the count 1-0. And there's the Gravel hitting it directly, wow, to the second baseman for the Lady Eagles. That's Davis. Davis gets it right over quickly to the first baseman right. So good job, good reaction timing from Davis. That ball just hit very fast, very low, and she was able to get a good glove on it.
Almost as if the Lady Eagles are saying, huh, we can do that too, Lady Warriors.
That's right,
no
that's right.
What's
just
this?
like the previous inning.
Yeah.
Perry's up to hit now. Oh, actually, is that Perry? I think it is. I think that's number 12.
20.
Oh, 11. I'm unfamiliar with who 11 is. That may be a designated player that we do not have the number. As if we get the name or the number, we'll see who that is. But a couple balls thrown very quickly
Almost
from
like 21.
Keogh. Yeah, that's what it looked like. But that makes it 1-1 to the St. Fred's player.
There we go.
Keogh, there she is. She finally gets it over the plate for another strike. That brings it up to 2 strikes, 1 ball, 2 strikes. No one on base. Bottom of the 5th here. Still a nice little breeze that we have out here. It's still blowing out towards center field, and Keogh with that pitch outside. That brings it to 2-2.
It's not as blustery as it was earlier, which
No,
I'm thankful, at least where we are. The flag bears to differ.
Yeah, the flag looks like it is just waving away in the wind, but it definitely died down. I'm not getting as much, but I am sitting down this time around. You know, being high up in the air.
A problem Doug never has.
I know, exactly.
We appreciate Doug and being the CEO of 446 Sports and his ideas of conceptualizing this business. Just glad he's able to do this and bring it together so folks can watch their loved ones and friends and family out here playing in these high school sports.
And that brings our unknown St. Frederick's player a walk, so she'll be getting to first base quite easily, and that brings up the dangerous Hauser here. The Howitzer Hauser. I definitely think that should be a nickname. And there's a hit from Hauser. Hits it over to second base where Davis is, and she's not able to get a good handle on it. And she will get the first base single there out of that.
First pitch bash. Had a mouth of water there.
I know, it sure sounds like it. Very tough, but that brings Crichton up. Crichton? I don't remember what we were saying. Crichton? Yeah, we'll get it one day.
Don't get crabby about it.
So Crichton's up to hit now. She hasn't really had too much of a game, but she has contributed to getting some players moving bases, a good some sacrifice flies and whatnot. So that's really good.
Nice.
That brings the count to 1-0.
Nice job by the catcher to get back there and get the ball before it rolled on through.
Yeah, that was a very good job from Parati. Parati on a roll all day today. She is going to need a nice little spa day, I would say, after all of the work she's put in today. Ooh, Parati is just, she's been crouching down the whole time in that hot gear. Ooh, it just makes it tough on you as a catcher.
Sunday's a day of rest.
That's right.
Except if you play softball.
That's exactly it. That ball from Crichton just hits fair right on the line. Drago's trying to get the ball, fumbling around a little bit. Hauser goes in, and that's going to be a 2 RBI, a standing double from Crichton with 2 RBIs, 2 runners batted in for Crichton. Good job from her. That was a very good hit from Crichton. It's unfortunate with that fumble from Drago here in the corner, and that ball just hit the paint right here, just at the line, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Making it fair.
No, not chalk anymore like it used to be.
I know, exactly. Taylor now up to hit. She hits it off to the right side, and it's going to be called foul. It looks like the home plate umpire is calling it foul, just foul. Yeah, they do sound like they're right behind us. I think some of the fans disagree, but those fans, I mean, they sound right behind us, but they are definitely not. That was a good hit from Taylor, though, over in that corner,
Yeah.
but just eked foul for her.
Pushing it oppo like that.
Keogh rocks back and delivers. It's going to be a little too low. Taylor's the third baseman, and she's been having a pretty good game. She is kind of locking down the third base area very well defensively. And, you know, her hitting this game hasn't been too phenomenal, but I mean, she's gotten on base a couple of times, and she did have a walk. But, you know, in the previous game, Taylor did pretty good. She did some damage, and that was really good. Her on-base percentage must be really good because she is practically getting on base for the most part. There she hits it right up the middle. It's going to ground all the way to Methvin here. And Methvin's going to throw all the way home. I told you about that arm, Chuck. Look at that. She's going all the way. And
just a bit off mark.
Yeah. And that brings Taylor around to third base, just kind of standing on in.
Yeah, she was holed up at second, but when that throw went in, she went ahead and pulled the trigger to go to third.
Why not? I mean, they have the opportunity to do so. So lots of runs coming on in. That's going to bring the score to 11-3.
And Matt, I don't know if you recognize it or not, they're 2 runs away from ending this one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's another hit up the middle. There's another run driven in, and that hit was Clampett. Now, Clampett, she hasn't really had too many good of hitting games. She hasn't really gotten on base too much. She's flat out done a lot of sacrifices, but runners batted in. Her RBI percentage is very high. She's, I think, had 2 today, and that'll bring it up to 3, if I remember correctly. It looks like umpire's calling time here, and that may be us finishing out the game, I'm thinking, so far.
Yeah, because I think I have it as 1 run shy of the 10-run rule.
Same here, unless there's something else. Okay,
I think that's what he thought too.
Yeah, I think there was just a little bit of confusion here, but yeah, they're 1 run shy of the 10-run rule, and I knew they did that for college. And in college sports, I know 10-run rule after I think it's the 7th inning for college baseball. So.
Gotcha.
That's now I college baseball. I do keep very diligently up with that with LSU baseball, so I can't help myself there.
Before this year, it was a gentlemanly agreement between coaches that 15 after 3, but it was at a standing of 10 after 5.
This ball popped up towards Methvin, who makes a catch. Good job on the fly-out catch here from Methvin. The ball is rolling. Oh no, it gets away from Davis and Keogh. So Taylor, that's not Taylor, excuse me, Clampett will take advantage of that and go to second base. She is now in scoring position. Now DeMoncus is up. She has flied out. She's, let's say 1 for 3 today on this game so far. But she was able to get around the diamond and in for a run.
Yes.
And maybe she can get a good hit here that may end it early for the Lady Eagles. Hopefully it doesn't. You know, we really are enjoying this game with the Lady Eagles and playing, but I think that maybe they're just tiring out, Chuck. What are your thoughts here?
It could be. Yeah, I think that's kind of maybe the Saturday exhaustion is setting in for some of these folks. I mean, even though they play a lot of tournament play.
That's right.
And I think it may be, I mean, St. Frederick's not taking anything away from them at all. They are a phenomenal team. That's why they're ranked 3rd.
Number 3, yeah, that's right. So Keogh here to rocking back and delivering. It's going to be just a bit high.
And when your pitching staff is kind of getting to a point to where, you know, you're not your regulars that are in there, you might be limited on how much exposure they've gotten. So
that's right. Keogh here's delivering again. This is DeMoncus who pops it up. And Drago makes the catch, so that will end the inning. It looks like the Lady Eagles will get another chance at hitting here.
And they do.
Yeah, it looks like they sure will. So they're going to try to go again here in the top of the 6th. So we will be back with you all here shortly.
You're watching 446 Sports.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
And welcome back to the Eagles Next, everyone. We are here at the top of the 6th inning at Holy Savior Menard, where the Lady Eagles are hosting St. Frederick's. Technically, St. Fred's is the home team here in this little round robin that they have going on, but we are here at Holy Savior Menard. That is DeGravel, who you saw your first pitch there of this inning, to Drago. That's so hard to do, Drago versus Drago, because you think of Dragos, instead of Dragos. It's just so strange to me. But Drago is in for hitting and leading us off here at the top of the 6th.
You talking about the restaurant?
Yeah.
See, I thought it was Drago's.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
I mean, I could be wrong. No surprise. My wife usually tells me I'm always wrong, so I'm used to that at this point.
Good that a restaurant starts with a D, ends with an O. It's good food. That's all.
That is Drago, who's hitting it pop up to the second baseman, Crichton, who we have been seeing a lot of today from the previous game and today's game.
Has not been a Cretan by no means.
That is not a Cretan. That is correct. Okay, now I see why Doug was warning me of a few things with you, Chuck.
I'll tune it down, I promise.
Yeah. Lyles does come up, though, for the second batter here in the inning. And that ball is hit just foul towards where Taylor will scoop it up and give it back to DeGravel. Lyles is 2 for 3 today. She had a couple of singles, and she did fly out and had an infield fly earlier today. For this game alone. DeGravel rocks back, drives it in, and that's going to be, just missed by Crichton. Very rare to see that, but Lyles is able to get in there. I definitely think that would probably be an error because Crichton, she can usually make these pitches. Now, that could be because of the wind have an effect on the ball, but it's hard to say. But, I mean, Lyles is going to take advantage of it and get to first base easily and gets ready to try to get some more points on the board.
I mean, great acrobatic move over there by the second baseman to try to get to it, but it just a little bit out of her reach.
Yeah, it makes it tough for her. So that brings up Giordano here, who hits it right up the middle, and it's fielded by the center fielder, and it just advances the runners by one base alone. It's very good defense.
60 feet.
Is it 60 feet?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Baseball, it's 90 feet. I know that one. So softball, it just kind of throws me off here. But good work from the Lady Eagles. They're getting some hits in.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
Getting some base runners on.
Yeah, batters at first and second now here at the top of the 6th. This brings right up to hit.
Foul right back underneath the catcher there.
So that'll bring our count to 0-1 with only one out. As things stand, the score is 12-3 in favor of St. Frederick's. Ball's low. DeGravel seems to be, there's no way she's tiring out now. I mean, she's throwing it a little low. I think that just the release is just a little too early for her.
Shifting the sun, too, sometimes because that sun is now kind of in her face a little bit.
That's right. You know, the sun was in the earlier game today was right above us, right above everyone. Now it's starting to etch around towards the left field side, and that could be kind of creasing her, but, you know, you can kind of see the shadow of one of the lights there, so it could be throwing her off from shadow to sunlight, just kind of making it a little difficult for her.
And if they don't put any of that paint or whatever it is on their cheeks, sometimes maybe that little glare off of there is also
makes it a little tougher. So that brings the count to 3-1 now. To Wright. Wright's had a pretty decent day today. She's actually 3 for 3. She's pretty much had singles every time she's been up, so she can hit the ball. The wind is dying down a little bit, and that's going to give Wright a base on balls all the way over to the first base. Advances 60 feet.
It loads everybody up.
Yeah, the bases are now loaded.
Forget about that microphone sometimes back behind there.
That's right. Throws everybody off. This brings Methvin up, one of the really good athletic individuals for this Holy Savior Menard team. You know, she pitched that most of that first game today, and she had a lot of walks, honestly, in that first game. But ever since she came out to center field to play defensively, she has been everywhere. I know I made that comment earlier in one of the other innings, but her athleticism is just very, very impressive overall.
Yes, she is. She is a workhorse, that's for sure.
The Gravel kind of struggling here. She gets another 1-0 count. See if she can get to. There's a strike from DeGravel. She finally got one right over the plate where she needed to. Methvin just takes it looking, trying to see what she can do. Wind's starting to pick up now out here. DeGravel rocks back and delivers. It's just a little low. A couple of the fans disagreeing with that call, but Lady Eagles are fine with it. They'll take the 2-1.
Yes, indeed.
Base is still loaded here, top of the 6th, so good opportunities coming the Lady Eagles' way.
And only one out.
Only one out, that's correct. There comes DeGravel's pitch, still low. She needs to bring that ball up. She's just having some troubles getting it over there.
Walk scores a run here, so nowhere to put them.
Gravel rocks and delivers just a little too high, and that's gonna send everybody around the bases, everybody around the diamond, and that'll score Lyles in, so that brings Methvin over to the first base. And that will bring up Parati. And we've been talking about Parati and the catchers pretty much all day today. Perry for St. Fred's, and they have just been non-stop behind the plate. I mean, crouching like that it's got to hurt your knees. Well, I mean, you did make the mention, Chuck, you know, unless they're hunters, then they're used to that kind of thing. But, I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
So Parati is up. Just take the first ball, make it a 1-0 count. DeGravel delivers high. DeGravel's kind of getting all over this strike zone now, I'm noticing. And it looks like the coach is coming out. He wants to talk to her. You know, maybe she could be tiring. It's hard to infer what's kind of going on with her.
I think he's going to make a change.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to tell her to settle down. It's okay. We've got this inning. Just stay under control. Don't let it get to your head. And I think it's just some words of encouragement from what it looks like from the head coach.
Yeah, let the girls play defense behind you.
That's right.
Just get the pitches down just a little bit.
Now, in Menard's favor, they're fine with this. They're kind of wanting DeGravel to kind of either rush it or just not be on her game. But we'll see what happens after this. You know, I think I heard of a percentage, Chuck, and DeGravel delivers the ball for a strike. Yep. And that was the statistic that I was going to say. I think after a mound visit, there was a statistic that says about 60 to 75% the pitcher's thrown a strike. Like, there's going to be a strike call. I remember hearing that stat somewhere. I don't remember for what, though. Ooh. There's another strike that Parati takes. That brings the count to 2-2 now.
So, because of statistics of being the way they are, you could also argue the point that, you know, 30% of the time, they still throwing the ball.
That's right. So Parati pops this one up in the middle. Ooh, that was a little dangerous there, but Crichton does get the ball. It almost looked like Crichton and Day were about to collide almost directly at second base, but they were able to get it. And there you see. Oh, my goodness. Day and DeMoncus, they are just on a roll with this little dance thing they got going on, just signifying the different outs that they have.
See, it's too bad that DeMoncus doesn't mean night in another language, because it would be day and night.
Yeah, that's right. There's a strike for Ledette, who comes up for hitting today. She hasn't really had too much of a game today. She is 0 for 3. She's pretty much flied out every time she's been up today, but holding down that right field side.
Yes.
And Ledette really is in because of Shelton, who was out. Thank you. The names just, you know, flow all around for me. But Shelton was out earlier in the first game. She had a bit of a dehydration issue. Luckily, nothing too major. She just needed a break off. Just She just wasn't able to hydrate appropriately, so now she should be okay, but she just needs to have that one game off. And there's a delivery from the gravel. It's going to be a little outside.
And dehydration is not a quick repair.
No, gosh, no.
That's your whole body. It needs fluid everywhere, and it just, I mean, it's not like injected turkey. You know, you can't just put fluid
exactly
everywhere.
Right.
But, you know, it has to get all through your system and get everything back up and going.
That's exactly it. DeGravel with the rock and throw, and it's just going to be a little too high and outside from what we can tell over here. So that's going to be a 3-1 count towards Ledette. The score is 4-12.
12-4.
12-4, I guess you could say it that way.
Yeah. Doug has coached me well on that.
Really?
Always say the highest number first.
That's right. There's Ledette hitting a grounder over to Taylor at third base, who will get it over to first base. And she's called safe, it looks like. It looks like, yeah, the foot came off the bag from Gamage. Gamage was over there. She had to reach and just slipped off the bag just a little bit. So that is going to be driving another run in for Menard. So they're actually slowly bringing this game back up, it looks like. So very impressive from them overall. That's going to bring Mika Keogh up. That ball is going to go just outside for Keogh, who's been pitching pretty good bit today. She, you know, Giordano was in starting off the game for pitching, but then it eventually came up to be Mika Keogh, and she's put in some good work. You know, this past inning that she had, she did give up 4 runs, which is really unfortunate for her. Keogh does pop this one up. There may be okay, there's some good communication from Hauser and Crichton. That was a close to dangerous collision there from Hauser and Crichton, but the center fielder Hauser does come up with the ball and hit it. So we will be back after these messages. This is 446 Sports. And we are back here at the Eagles' Nest. We have Gamage, who is up and hitting for the St. Frederick's team, and that ball is going to bounce just fair, and that was a very great athletic play. Holy cow, fantastic play from Lyles on third base, getting it over to the first baseman Wright. So good work from them. And good play overall.
And getting the out, yes.
Yeah, getting the out over. I mean, that was a very good job. Score is 12-5 in favor of St. Fred's, and that'll bring DeGravel, the pitcher, who is up to hit, and she pops this one over to the center fielder, Methvin, and Methvin just casually walks up to the ball, it looked like, to get that put out.
Easy breezy.
Yeah, very easy breezy. So very quick, 2 up, 2 down. That's so far very fast. You know, Keogh, she's not really known, it seems, for getting those strike zones, having those strikeouts, but she's relying on her other teammates to get those putouts for her, which is really very beneficial for the Menard Eagles.
First pitch bats on ball on both of those first 2 batters. So.
Yeah, that's right. So. But Perry takes this one. Perry will pop this one up. It looks like catcher is going to come in. Parati, not able to make the play. Very close one there, and it looks like Parati, excuse me, Parati and Wright were trying to go for the ball, but it looks like Parati had more of the advantage to go get it.
And unfortunately, I didn't see her turn her glove over because of that catcher's mitt. It's better to do kind of a basket catch than trying to glove it like a regular fielder's glove.
Yeah, those catcher's gloves are designed, for that extra padding that comes in hot and heaty. But when it's popped up like that, it's such an unnatural place for a catcher to catch the ball, like it normally should. So like you were saying, Chuck, catch it like a basket. There's Keogh with the delivery, and Perry will knock this one up, and it's going to just go foul.
I don't understand why she ducked under that one unless she was calling her off of it.
Maybe, or I don't know. It was hard to tell. I don't know. Wright was, for some odd reason, ducking over there on that far side.
Right.
Well, after this game, if you guys still want to, at home, want to watch some more baseball, softball, something like that, we do have Grace Christian playing Westlake. That Mr. Doug Gann, who was here earlier, is going to be calling the game over at England Air Park.
It's a beautiful day to be out at the ballpark, so please always get out there. And that was a strikeout.
That's a strikeout for Keogh. Wow, that's her first one of the day, it looks like. So very good job from her. And it looks like we will go to the top of the 7th here at the Eagles Nest. So we will take a short, quick break. This is 446 Sports. And we are back here at the Eagles Nest at Holy Savior Menard. We are here at the top of the 7th in the game, the second game of today. It looks like we had a bit of a delay. The catcher was trying to get her gear on in time, but that does give us time to a little chit-chat for me and Chuck to chat a little bit. You know, with 446 Sports, this is kind of, I don't want to say too of a recent thing that has started up. You know, when was 446 Sports really started up, Chuck?
Well, I'd say I joined about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And before that, Doug had started this about, I would say 10 years, I think is what I've heard him say.
Okay.
10 years ago. It was kind of a conjunction with, he was in radio at the time and started 446 Sports as a video side providing, because radio is just obviously just voices. And so he created that. And we've done that before. It's pull in radio personalities that were there broadcasting their games.
That's right. And so I've noticed that y'all did pull some of the radio guys. One of the more influential people in my life, Mr. Tom Boucher, shout out to him. He's actually my godfather. And I remember hearing him on the radio all the time, calling Menard's football games all the time on 96.9.
Wow.
So, yeah, I know. It was very surprising to hear that then he got into 446 Sports. And honestly, it really wasn't that surprising because he's just got such a natural talent for it, and he really introduced me to the game. So really big shout out to Tom for, you know, being a very big, influential individual for all of us out here that are trying to meet those standards. That's Davis who's hitting, and she does foul that one back. The count will be 2-1 for those watching at home. Here at the top of the 7th, the Lady Eagles are down 12-5 with St. Fred's, excuse me.
No,
St. Frederick,
yes.
But I always called him St. Fred's whenever I was playing, so it was a very different thing. And DeGravel there with the delivery, it's going to just be outside, so that does bring the count to 3-1. We have the individuals over here at the tailgating area cooking up some more wings, it looks like, or getting them ready for the end of the game for the girls to eat, it looks like. It looks very good. It smells very delicious. They gave us some earlier, and ooh, it was good. There is a pop fly out towards left field from Davis, and DeMoncus is out here. She makes the grab, able to do so. So that was a very good hit from Davis. I definitely thought that was gonna have the distance, Chuck, but it just couldn't get out here towards us. I mean, that was directly right towards your camera, I think.
It was. I'm glad it decided not to wing me out here, as we say.
That's right. That brings up Draco, second in line to hit here. And Drago, first pitch swinging, she's going to hit it all the way back to the wall. Wow, that came right off the wall. She's going to try to go in for a double, and she's just going to easily get there without any difficulty at all. So that brings her 4 for 5 today on the game so far. She has had a really good game with hitting and getting on base. Now, she did take a couple of risks here and there that she wasn't able to commit on, but it's okay. I mean, she's had a pretty good game so far. So she is in scoring position. That does bring Lyles up to hit. Lyles in the first game today had a home run, almost took our heads off out here in left field, which was, it almost took my head off. I was the one who was standing. Everyone else was sitting out here, so.
Yeah, the Lady Eagles need to score 7 in this at-bat just to keep playing, right?
Well, the way that they're hitting, and there's a little bit of a bobble, and she's going to be safe. Wow, very good running from Lyles and Davis. Davis does get on in to third after the shortstop, Day, who tries to make the throw, had a little bit of a bobble there. But good job from Lyles overall to get on base. So batters at first and third. We're here at the top of the 7th, no outs. Eagles are down by 7 points. They really need to get something working here. And Giordano may be the one to do it. She's had a pretty bit of a decent game. She's gotten on base every single time so far this inning. She's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, but she has walked a couple of times as well.
Yeah, just a few innings ago, we were talking about the 10-run rule in front of St. Fred's, and Eagles said the last couple of innings, or last inning, they brought a couple more on board, and now they're inching their way closer and closer. So they know that you don't have to get them all at once, but a few every time.
That's right. And Lyles goes in for the steal here. But yeah, we were talking about the 10-run rule earlier today, and it doesn't look like the Eagles are going to be backing off of that. But this is pretty much their last opportunity to make some sort of difference here. But there are no outs, and they've got 2 runners in scoring position, second and third now. And there's Giordano. She pops it up towards the first base line, but it is going to eke out foul and hit the St. Fred's dugout. So that will bring the count to 1-2. Now, I noticed every time, Doug was able to call the count, he always look up and back to the scoreboard, and I'm like, how do you even see that? It's hard to see those numbers. So I'm following Chuck, honestly. He's got the. It's a lot more easy to see with his setup that he's got going on. I feel a lot more in the professional standards when I do that.
Wallace Associates scoreboard there.
There is a smack from Giordano. Goes all the way to hit the bottom of the wall. That ball did not go down, and Giordano's going to get a double. That's going to bring 2 in. That is a great hit from Giordano. She brings 2 of the players in, so a 2-run RBI double. That was a great job from her.
Yeah, big smash there. Yeah. It barely hit the warning track before it hit the bounced up and hit the wall.
I know, it just hit right at the crease there. And we know we were just talking about the 10-run rule. Yeah. Look at Menard now. They are starting to make a bit of a possible comeback, maybe? I don't know.
They're only down 5 now.
That's right. So they are itching away at that score. And that was DeGravel delivering the first pitch, excuse me, to Wright, who is our first baseman. Wright is 3 for 3 today. She did have a walk earlier. She gets set and pitches and delivers, and it does not get over the plate just right. It just goes a little bit low. So that's going to bring a count 1-1, it looks like.
Note to self, don't start trying to talking when you're trying to drink water out of a bottle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. You end up wearing it, trust me.
DeGravel delivers that pitch, and it just goes a little bit outside towards right. So it'll bring the count to 2-1.
As my wife would say, I can't take you anywhere. Can't buy you anything nice.
That's weird. It sounds like my wife. That sounds very familiar. DeGravel rocks back and pitches it just low. And, oh, that must have been 3-1. Excuse me. Sorry for that misplay there, folks. That's going to bring up a walk for Wright, and that brings Methvin up. Methvin has had a bit of a good day today, I would say, so far. She's 2 for 3. She she flat out in the 4th, but she has gotten pretty much 2 doubles today on the game so far. There is a bit of a conference from the head coach, and it looks like they're gonna, they're subbing out DeGravel and they're putting Creighton in. So who's going to go to second? That is the question. Creighton was the player. She was the one who was in the first game. And it looks like there is a player coming in. I can't really see the number from here. I'll have to try to check it out.
She just brought in a face mask for the pitcher.
Yeah. For 23, that's a new player. Davis. No, Davis was in earlier, I believe.
That 8. Was she in before?
I think that's 9. No, that's Day. Day's been in. She's been playing short. Oh, Davis was in the previous game. So Davis is going to go. So Davis goes to second base where Crichton was, but Crichton takes over pitching. And, you know, Crichton, she's that ULM commit. She's still a junior. And, you know, Mr. Doug Gann, he was talking about Crichton and how she really just has a really good focus on the ball, and it doesn't look like the St. Fred's coach is wanting to play around anymore. He is wanting to take care of business. Let's end this game and get Crichton in. So I think Crichton's had a bit of a good rest here, so hopefully that she'll get a couple practice pitches in, and we'll see how she does. But yes, Davis does come in pretty much for DeGravel for the most part. And I believe she's going to be at second base.
Yeah, 1 out, you know, new batter coming up here.
Right. I mean, why not? Try to get it out, try to get it finished, right? I mean, I don't blame them.
Runners on first and second, you know.
And especially with Methvin coming up. You know, Methvin, she's had a great game, and I think the coaches, St. Fred's coach, is just not wanting to take this opportunity and waste it. So he's wanting to really make this sweep, I guess you could say. I mean, I don't know if it really would be called a sweep per se. But here's Crichton's first pitch for this game. She delivers, and Methvin does foul it back as some of the fans dodge out of the way of the ball. You saw some of the moms that looked up there that were just like, oh no, get out of the way.
Scatter patrol.
That's right. So Methvin sets two players at first and second. Crichton delivers, but that will be outside. So that's going to make it a 1-1 count to Methvin. Beautiful day for some softball here out at Holy Savior Menard at the Eagles Nest. Crichton rocks back and delivers. And it's going to be a strike that Methvin takes. Makes it the count 1-2.
Like you was talking about earlier, after this game, a little bit later on over at Grace Christian, get out there to that one and go watch them. I mean, that's a beautiful afternoon to be outside, soak up some of the sun.
Crichton rocks back, and there's Methvin, who just strikes out swinging. That'll bring it to 2 outs. Unfortunate for Methvin. But as we know, Crichton in the last game, she has done phenomenal work. Yes. It's very impressive to see her work and her pitching here. She really is really good about changing up the pitching, for sure. Crichton rocks back and delivers to Parati. Parati is our hitter. Parati hasn't had too much of a great game today. She is 1 for 4 today on the count, so she's going to try to make an adjustment on this. Crichton rocks back, delivers. Parati not able to make contact. Even looked like she probably swung a little early, too, to try to make, because she probably knew that fastball was coming.
Swung up into it, actually, not leveling out.
Yeah. Here comes Crichton with the delivery. And there is Parati. She hits it over. And there's a diving catch for DeMoncus. She will end the game with a diving catch. Good work from DeMoncus. But unfortunate for the Lady Eagles on this loss, like 12-7 now, with the win going to St. Fred's. And looks like the players are going to go out, shake hands. And that was overall, it was a very tough game. It was a lot closer than what the scorebook would tell you otherwise. Yes. But overall, it was good work from both teams. What's your takeaway, Chuck?
Buddy, I enjoyed being out here. It's always nice to come out here to the Holy Savior Menard campus and this nice place that they have set us up for. And there's talk of putting a little roof over the top of this, which would be really nice for these sunny days, because electronics and sun do not get along well. But always very hospitable. Like you said, they take care of you, they feed you. You know, well, just knowing I was coming out here, I felt like I gained 2 pounds before I even got here. And I don't need to gain any more weight. I promise you. I'm working on trying to lose some.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I mean, great game here. Even though the Lady Eagles found themselves on the losing side of both of these, they're playing the number 3 team in the district, and so I mean that is a lot to be said there by these Lady Eagles out here. And both teams, St. Fred's and Holy Savior Menard's, got a lot of game left to play before playoffs. but both of them are setting themselves up for playoff runs.
That's right. And you saw both teams there out the middle circle. It looks like they were kind of in like a little prayer circle or something like that. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, both of them being private schools, I think both Catholic schools, right?
I see it in public schools,
Yeah.
but softball's the only one that I see that does that. Yeah.
I love seeing that kind of sportsmanship with each other. You know, yes, I get the competitive feel to all of it, but the sportsmanship that you see from both teams is really nice to see.
Yeah.
So unfortunate loss here for the Lady Eagles, but there is a lot more softball games that are coming up. They've had a pretty tough schedule in the beginning, and it's not going to get any easier, but they are going to be working hard at trying to make this game, or make the season a lot better for them. So, you know, they're getting some inspirational talk from Coach Turney, and he's going to try to help them out, refine them a little bit better. All right, folks, so that's going to do it for us here at the Eagles Nest at Holy Savior Menard. We thank you all for joining us. We will be signing off here. My name is Matthew Scalfano. I am here with Mr. Chuck Perkins at 446 Sports. God bless you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful day.